I'm originally from Birmingham, Alabama. Yeah, so I'm originally from Birmingham, Alabama. Um, I moved here to Orlando, Florida, like about 5 years ago. And my oldest brother, he was like a general in the army or whatever.
Wow. Thank him
Yeah,
for
but
his service. That's beautiful.
yeah, so he ended up he was stationed here in Orlando and got like two condos here. But ended up having to go get stationed in Michigan, in Saginaw, Michigan. And he needed help with the houses down here. So they asked me, of course, in the beginning, I said no, because I never been here, no family here. Like, he was just here because of, he was stationed here. That was it. But, you know what I'm saying? My sister, she has like some connections in the industry and just know a few people, you know what I'm saying, in entertainment, period. You know what I'm saying? So she knew some people out here who owned a recording studio called KDS Studios. It used to be called Transcontinental Studios back in the day. And they had people like R. Kelly, Black Street Boys, NSYNC.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying? A couple people like Disney people is in Orlando. So it was like a big recording studio back in the day. And they changed the name to KDS Studios for business reasons or whatever. But anyway, she knew somebody who was like, if I came down here and helped my brother out, would I mind? They can get me in the studio if I come down here. You know what I'm saying? That kind of give me something to do. So I never had an entertainment background.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So all this was new to me coming from the streets. But being that I ain't know nobody here, I always, of course, we all are into entertainment. I love music. I love, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like I was in the streets, but I was like a smart person too. So I'm like, I'm not a rapper or anything or nothing like that. If I do something, it'd be like the business side of the entertainment industry, whether that's music, TV production. I moved down here thinking I'm gonna get paid working in the recording studio. Me being stupid, not knowing this is more like an intern, so I ain't making no money. You know, but by that time it's too late. I'm down here because I hadn't told them I moved. You know what I'm saying? Thinking I'm gonna be in the studio. So I ended up getting in the recording studio under this guy named Michael Zdanowicz. And the owner is a guy named Tony Wilkes. He owned the recording studio, but he was doing some stuff with L.A. Reid at the time for The Voice or one of those TV shows on ABC back in the day. You know how they do those music competitions. Yep. So he was on the road with L.A. Reid doing something like that. And I was interning under the guy named Mike Zdanowicz. And there I got a chance to learn how to like network. I had to learn like the business side as far as like contract agreements, listening to like music, how to find music, how to scout talent. You know what I'm saying? Like just almost A&R type work. Wow. And then just sitting in on music sessions. Like when people book sessions, I'm just sitting in on listening sessions and different things of that nature. But at the time, again, I wasn't making no money. So I had to figure it out. My brother was sending me money, but that wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? So somebody that I ended up meeting at the recording studio was like, they knew somebody who be working at the clubs downtown Orlando, Florida. So I'm like, it's like big clubs too. So I'm like, all right, cool. I got to just try to figure out how to get in. You know what I'm saying? So I end up meeting this dude. His name was Steve or whatever. But he turned me on to like one of the main like head promoters at this club called Vane Nightclub. It was like, wow. And they was known for like having like big celebrities. Like if you were in Orlando, the big celebrities went to Vane Nightclub. You know what I'm saying? Like they had people like Khloe Kardashian, big people, LeBron James, like they get big people. So I'm like, I gotta find a way. And I never club promoted. like I come from a small city. Orlando is big compared to where I come from. You know what I'm saying? So the nightlife is totally different where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Like I moved down here and see the nightlife. They got like hundreds, almost thousands of people just on the streets, just bouncing around, trying to figure out what club they want to go to that night. So that's new to me. So they introduced me to the club promoter, and that he was kind of got me to partner with somebody, do a walkthrough on how a club promoter bring people into the club. So I'm like, man, this is, because I'm kind of like almost like an introvert. I can be both introvert and extroverted, but I ain't never just walked up on people asking them do they want to, you know what I'm saying, walking on strangers. I thought that was weird. I was like, I just walking up on people. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Right. It was new to me. You know what I'm saying? So, however, I needed some money. You know what I'm saying? So I caught on. It's slow where I'm from, but I catch on quick. You know what I'm saying? But I learned the ropes on how to bring people in the club, learn the specials for women and men, what's before 12 and what's after 12, learning bottle sales and commission, and you know what I'm saying? So I learned that, and that was the way how I started getting money in my pockets. And being in the nightlife in the clubs promote, you network. You know what I'm saying? So now meeting people, then again, it's kind of like a big club, so they bring in big artists. You know what I'm saying? And I got into club promoting, and I just know network. I never knew how big networking or how key networking was till I moved here and started working in the club and stuff.
Now, how long have you been doing that? Club promoting. How long?
I was club promoting. I did that for like 3 years. Like I've been down here like 6 years now.
Got you.
So I did it like 3 years.
Oh.
So networking. I'm networking in the club, learning other club promoters, like the big promoters who not on the streets, but like who bringing the actual artists into the city. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning like the business side too, because it was once owned by this club owner named Tony Koo, but then another club owner came in and got the club or whatever, and his name was like Freddie, and I ended up getting close to him. So I wasn't under Tony Koo for a long time, but I was under Freddie for the remainder of it. I was probably under Tony Koo for probably like 8 to 10 months before the new owner came and took over. And then after that, I got cool because the owner knew. I'm new. You know what I'm saying? So like, and the owner was like, he was like from California somewhere. Oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so he new to the state. So I feel like I'm good at talking. I got a real good mouthpiece. I could talk. So I just found out I just found a way to get in real close with him. And when he came and took over, he kind of like made me and my homeboy, I brought my homeboy in, showing him the ropes on how I'm making money and stuff. So when I get cool with this new owner, like he kind of make us like head promoters. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Other clubs, yeah. And it, like for real, it was like a competitive thing because like these club owners, like it's like competition, like with other club promoters and owners and stuff. They want the people to come to their venue. You know what I'm saying? So it was really competitive because it's like 3-4 clubs within a certain mile radius. Like they all within each other. You know what I'm saying? You just pick your poison on what type of night like you want that night. You know what I'm saying? So I networked, got cool with DJs, and at this time too, again, all this new to me. So I'm learning and figuring all this out like on the fly. You know what I'm saying? Because I never did all this, so it's like a learning experience, and I'm learning, not knowing what's going to be the end goal because it's new to me. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I network with DJs. I end up meeting this one. Like I said, I was trying to get to know big club promoters, so I end up meeting this one big club promoter now he's my big homie, like my mentor. He's out in Atlanta. He manages. He's like Sammy, the singer. I like the way you look at. You know that singer? Yeah, he's like Sammy's road manager, and he manages a lot of other people and do a lot of other stuff in the music industry out there in Atlanta. And but he kind of like guide me, you know what I'm saying, show me the ropes of this everything I'm into, because he's like older, I'm younger, so he could kind of live through me and I could kind of live through him, because he got the experience, but I got the youth, you know what I'm saying?
You're right.
But yeah, so he kind of like got me hooked up. Like once he seen that I got close with him, he was already working with other people. He got his own thing going, working with other like club promoters. I got close with him though, and he kind of like was like, what is you doing? Like, I know you club promote, but like, what else you doing with the club promoting? I'm like, I don't know, I'm trying to figure it out. He was like, all right, so, well, I got a couple of artists who need music played in the clubs. Get to know the DJs in the club, so that way you can get the DJs to start playing the music in the club. Wow. So I'm like, all right, cool. So he tell me how to go by doing that. I'll go by doing that. And I still go to the clubs, network with different DJs. I take care of them. They buy them something to drink. Whatever they may need, I try to make sure they straight. You know what I'm saying? I just take care of them. And like, yo, can you play this record for me? I may even pay them in the beginning at the first time. I just shoot them some change or something. And like, it'd be like with me, with the DJs I have worked with, it usually be like I pay them like one time and take care of them in the club. Like I make sure that they need something to drink or something, I got them or something. But like after that, I just keep that relationship going with them to where like if I need that favor to get this record played in the club, they'll get the music played in the club. So I started going for my favor, and he was actually putting money in my pocket. So that was another way of income for me. So I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting this, but I appreciate it because I need it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of like how I started doing the club stuff. Within that time frame, I still felt like I needed more money though. So I got me like a main gig at the Marriott Vacation Club at Marriott corporate office in sales. Yes. So this story is finna work in my favor. So check this out. So I started working at Marriott corporate in sales. I never been in sales, but I've been in the streets, you know what I'm saying? I'm a street guy, you know what I'm saying? And,
that water so well.
Works well, you know what I'm saying? Then I don't have to see these people, it's over the phone. You know what I'm saying? So I can tell these people, I can act like I could be anybody. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who the fuck I am over this phone. I could be anybody. So I'm going to tell you, you know what I'm saying? So, and it also taught me how to talk like phone etiquette and kind of like be more like business like and professional like. So now I can transition this to what I do on the side with club promoting, talking to people, meeting different people like this. So I tell the club owner like, yo man, I got another job. I'm like, yo, I got another job. So I can't be doing this like full time, but I'm gonna be doing this on the weekend. He like, what you doing? I'm like, I work for Marriott corporate. He was like, you work for Marriott? He was like, so that means you can get discounts on rooms? I was like, sure. I get really good discounts. And you know, Marriott is like top of the top hotel chains. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They own everybody. Ritz-Carlton. They own motherfucking everybody. Sheraton, Westin, W. They own everybody. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, you know, bro, you know when we bring artists into the city, you can book the rooms, right? I'm like, oh man, I'm like, yeah, that'll be dope. I get to meet the artists now because I gotta book their rooms. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now just another way of networking because they managers hear my contact to see if I can book rooms for their artists. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we started booking artists on my discount. So another real quick dope story. Like, so while I'm down here, before I got at the Marriott, I've been trying to get on at this radio station called 104.5 The Beat. on the iHeartRadio, iHeartMedia. You know what I'm saying? Been trying to get this job from the time I moved down here and got on at the studio. I tried to figure out what was the biggest radios, because I always said if I did get into this, I want to work at the radio station. And then people always tell me I have like a radio voice over the phone and stuff. Like, I'm like, maybe let me try to see about. I never got a chance to work at the radio station back at home. Let me see if I could try to get a job here. So I tried the first year, nothing. Second year, nothing. But again, I'm working in the clubs. So one of their radio personalities, the DJs on air, DJ at the club. So her name is DJ MK. She big. She's like a big DJ here in Orlando. So I meet her. We in the club. Somebody put me on her. Somebody was like, yo, that's the girl MK who you be hearing on the radios at night. I'm like, that's her? It's white girl, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's her? They like, yeah, that's her. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I know their agenda to get in where I fit in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, I got to get to know her, because we be in the club together, you know what I'm saying? So I asked her, do she need anything? I'm just networking with her, trying to get to know her. But I ain't forcing it. It's like genuine. I know how to be genuine, you know what I'm saying? So gotcha. I made it come natural, but I'm asking like, hey, you need something to drink in? Are you good? I try to always make sure that when I was a club promoter, DJs, guests coming in, anybody, I try to make sure you're good. If I brought you in, I'm taking care of you. You know what I'm saying? You straight on my night. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, yeah, you can give me something to drink. Got her something to drink. Boom. I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna get in. You know what I'm saying? And from there, we just started talking. The night the set was over, she was waiting to get paid. I was like, what else you do besides DJ? She was like, well, I work at iHeart, 104.5 B. I was like, oh. I'm like, cool, I've been trying to get on at that job for like a year and a half now. She was like, I know some people who can probably get you in. I just don't know if we hiring or not. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I try to apply. Again, still don't get in. A couple months later, I end up meeting one of the people who do like the overall hiring at that station. And she was like, the station had like, they was like on a hiring freeze. So they weren't really doing no hiring. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, yo, look, if y'all need any additional hands or help, anything, I work for free. I'm like, look,
letting them know that you're very interested, like, and I'm here for you.
Right, like if y'all just need extra help, like she was like, okay, I keep you in mind. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll never hear back from her though. So I still keep in touch with MK. So now MK, I got cool with MK. Like we smoking together and stuff. You know what I'm saying? We kicking it. So like one day she like, want to come to the radio station and kick it? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I love it. That'll be dope.